This is a reflex hammer. Salam, this is Dr. Safi and this is another Ask Dr. Safi video. A lot of kids come see me for the concern for toe walking, or they might be delayed in their development, meaning that they're not sitting, crawling, standing, walking, or running at the time that we really expect them to be doing so. And this really worries and concerns families because they're wondering, are my children or is my child going to be delayed for the rest of their life, and what can we do to really help them to catch up and to get at the appropriate level of development that we expect them to be. And all of this is complicated by the realization that there are so many different causes for something that we see relatively commonly, like toe walking or any of these other delays in development. And I'll focus a little bit more specifically on the issue of toe walking. There can be so many different causes for it. It could be a change in the alignment of the foot, the actual bone anatomy. It could be related to the tightness of the heel cords. It could be related to the actual muscles of the calf. It could be due to the knee anatomy. It could be due to the quad muscles, the hip muscles, or even due to the peripheral nervous system, the nerves that send the signals for the movement of the muscles, or even receive the signals for the sensation of the foot and the quads and the knee. And another concern is, could it be related to a more central nervous system issue, meaning some sort of process going on in the lower spinal cord, the upper spinal cord, the brain stem, or even the brain itself. All of these can be related issues causing the child to be delayed in their development and causing them to be a chronic toe walker. And it doesn't help that friends, family members, nannies, co-workers, colleagues, they chime in and they say things like, well, there might be well-intentioned, but they might have their opinions and make you more concerned about saying, oh, your child's toe walking because they might have autism or CP, or they might even put the blame on you for getting the wrong kind of shoes. And so, all of this concern being there, I really am a big proponent of having a neuroanatomical approach. See, that's what a child neurologist, a specialist in children that have developmental disorders, to have a systematic approach in managing these children. And I use the neuroanatomical approach, being a child neurologist, understanding the development of the child and understanding how the anatomy of the body really works. To put it simply, it's kind of like if you were to find your way towards a treasure and to figure out where that treasure is, but you didn't have a map or clues. If you're using a systematic neuroanatomical approach, it's like you have the clues and you have a map, and then you can go on your way to systematically use a checklist and approach finding the exact answers to that child. So when I see a child that is chronically toe walking, what I do first is I examine them with my eyes. I see the anatomy of the foot, look at the alignment, I palpate the bones and manipulate and move the actual joints to see, is it flaccid? How's the tone? Is there any spasticity? Is there any rigidity to the tone? And then I might use other special tools like my trusty reflex hammer to examine the reflexes of a child. And this really helps me, and I think any specialist who is examining a child that has developmental concerns, they should be able to use particular tools to help distinguish whether or not it's a peripheral nervous system, it's a musculoskeletal disorder, or if it's a disorder of the central nervous system, meaning the spinal cord, brainstem, or the brain. And so having a very systematic approach brings a lot of practicality in understanding how a child develops and moves, and really brings a lot of clarity into the concern of, why is your child chronically toe walking? Why are they delayed in their movement? Why are they delayed in their walking? And to really address, when you understand why they're doing that, then you can really come to the ultimate issue, which is, what can we do to help them to develop and catch up to the development that we really expect them to be at, or even to optimize their development, optimize their movement so that they can continue to grow and thrive the way we want them to be. So I hope this gives you a little bit of clarity into the understanding and the processes that a specialist, a neurologist, a neuromuscular trained physician might use in approaching a child that has developmental delays. And I hope this gives you a little bit of clarity and insight into our thought processes and the importance of really taking a systematic and practical and neuroanatomical approach in taking care of children that have these delays and helping to really optimize their development. Appreciate you taking a little bit of time to watch this video, and hope to see you again in another Ask Dr. Safi video.